Hello, Pisces. Welcome and welcome back. We're going to get into another reading for you guys. I hope you're all doing well. My nose has been itchy this morning. I don't know if it's like the spiritual messages or if there's just lint floating around, child. I be dusting. I do need to dust. But anyway, hey Pisces, welcome and welcome back. I hope you are doing well. We're going to get into a message for you guys to see what's on the menu, okay? Or what you guys need to know, okay? Don't bring anything into your life that doesn't belong. Go with what you know, all right? Anything you need to know about the channel or services that I provide is in the description box below. You can book your reading with the link below. You can also check out my other channels, all right? I did October monthly readings on the Nutcase Network. I have several channels. I've been doing love readings periodically, but I haven't been doing as many love readings because Spirit hasn't really been pulling me over there. So there's a lot that you can go back and look at. Anywho, we're going to get into the reading today. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Engage with the content, you guys. It is extremely helpful, all right? I appreciate all of you for being here. Let's see what the message is. The Spirit wants you to know, guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration, Father, Mother, God, for Pisces, when it comes to what you'd like Pisces to know at this time. Okay, the Six of Coins. Something evening out, balancing out. The King of Cups at the bottom and the Page of Cups. So this could be a father-child dynamic, I want to say father-son. But sometimes the Page of Cups is considered feminine. So it could be a father-daughter connection. Whoever this father is really trying to make time for their child. They love their child. They really want to make time for their child. I feel like they want to invest equal energy into whatever they're doing for themselves and into this child, okay? There could also be a financial dynamic here, an aspect of like alimony, child support, something like that. It is what it is. Six of Pentacles is money. All right. This could be legal as well. There could be a father who's trying to gain custody of a child or trying to work out some type of like visitation arrangement with the child's mother. This is a masculine. Maybe this is your child's father who's doing this. This could also be a child who's trying to spread their energy equally to all of their children. This could be a child who's like a tomboy, but they're a girl. They like look like a boy, but they're a girl. I'm getting like, what is her name? Arya Stark from Game of Thrones, because that looks like Ned. And that looks kind of like Arya. So there's a strong bond here between father and daughter or father and child. Some of you may have a son that's a little more feminine or a daughter that's a little bit more masculine or tomboyish. It's not necessarily bad. If you were a tomboy, you may have gotten that from your father, like playing outside. Your dad may have taken you outside and was very like, rough with you and played with you in the dirt and like y'all got into things and dug up worms and stuff like that. That made you kind of like have a deep impression of masculine energy as being positive. Okay. It's something that just you had fun doing more than maybe you had fun doing girly stuff. And, this could be vice versa, where some of you guys had a father who wanted you maybe to be a little bit more masculine, but was very sensitive and open and possibly was very positive when it comes to giving you things that you need to know because of your level of sensitivity, because they understood your level of sensitivity. I'm just guessing here, but that's a message for somebody if it doesn't resonate for all of you guys. But there's a father and a child for sure. And there's some type of dynamic of finances, resources, money, or even allocation of time. I feel like somebody's trying to figure out how to allocate their time equally, or allocate their money equally, allocate their resources equally. Somebody may be taking care of 2 households. We'll see, but that's just what it feels like to me. It seems like there's a sense of balance here that somebody is trying to gain. Okay. This could be a father who's trying to make sure that their child does not feel like they don't spend enough time with them. Okay. What's the 6 of coins? Fed up. Ooh. Ooh. Over it. Not having it. Frustrated. Ooh. All right. A little bit of tension. Yeah, the details of something is stressful. The ins and the outs are stressful. Spiritually woke. Self-aware, cutting through illusions, detaching from ego. Playa. Playing the field, not looking to settle, seeking options. All right. I feel like somebody is needing to take care of their kid, and they may not be doing so. At least to the satisfaction of, I don't know, the mother. The 8 of Wands wanted to flip out. All right. I feel like this could also be a person who is tired of playing games with people. There's a masculine out here who's waking up spiritually, who's really fed up and over the whole, bachelor playing the field type of scene. They're becoming more self-aware. They're becoming more mature, and they feel like they need to spend more time with their kid. Okay. Or they need to spend more time paying attention to what they need to balance out from their childhood or their inner child. Okay. Healing those wounds. What's the 6 of coins? The World. So a cycle is coming to an end, and there's about to be more balance when it comes to giving and receding. Somebody could have a receding hairline. Ceasing. So something could be stopping because somebody is waking up to what they really need to be focusing on, what's really important. Yeah, I feel like that's what this King of Cups is realizing, what's really important. This could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This could also be a Taurus, possibly Libra, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo. I said Scorpio. Okay. Yeah. So any water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, strong Taurus, strong Libra, possibly Leo. Yeah, Scorpio at the bottom with the Death card. 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody feels like they need to settle down. They need to slow down. Okay. This person is trying to figure out how to end a cycle that's very tumultuous and chaotic in order to, I guess, yeah, it's like they want to either bring more balance in their own life. Excuse me. They either want to bring more balance in their own life, or they want to create a situation where their children have more balance, or they spend more time with people who they feel like are important, or things that they feel are important in their life, things that they feel excited about. It's like personal relationships. I find after observation of men as a feminine energy, as a woman, I am kind of tomboyish, to be honest with you, because I could really give a fuck. But I do like girly things. I lean more on the girly side. Like, I enjoy getting my nails done, my hair done, and if I can maintain it, then I'm cool with it. Once I can't maintain it, I get irritated and I get uncomfortable because I don't want to be the one to do it. I want somebody else to do it. Anyway, I've observed from men that I've had encounters with, like people who have brothers and, sitting in on conversations where men are kind of talking and just, observing. That's why sometimes women need to shut the fuck up. And I'm not saying this in a misogynistic way. You can take it how you want to take it. But sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you, women miss the plot because they don't listen long enough to hear what's going on. And when you have a man who is toxically masculine, yeah, I'm not telling you to listen to that. But what I'm saying is when you're in like settings where there are groups of men who congregate and they have conversations and they talk and, they start talking about things that they experience and that they go through, like the way that they go through it is never going to be understood by women. But this, at the same time, this is a tired conversation because it's so dumb. But at the same time, the things that women go through are never really going to be understood by men. So the best way that we can understand each other and love each other and be more compassionate about each other's struggles and experiences is to just observe and try to take as much from it as you can. And that's what I try to do when I'm in groups of men who congregate together. I try to listen to what they say. I try to really hear the reason why they say the things that they say and the tone that they use and their body language and any type of intuitive empathic messages that I pick up on to help me understand how to correlate and relate what they're saying to something that I may experience as a woman. And I think that's why a lot of men watch my channel because, I feel like I can relate to, both genders and even those people who are gender neutral or kind of like in the middle. What is it called? Not ambidextrous. Wait. Ambiguous. Oh, how do you identify? What's your gender identification? Ambidextrous. Bitch, calm down. Okay. Pisces, like the video. Hit the like button real quick. I gotta do something. Go on ahead and hit the like button because that was I was trying to think of the word. Oh my God. Ambiguous. Bitch, you're ambidextrous? I've never heard of that one. Oh my God. Okay. Get serious. Why is it not? Oh, because I said 10:30. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, that's how I feel like I'm able to kind of relate to men in that way. Because it's I'm not about to sit here and judge you as a man for the things that you feel as a man. I feel like men should work a little bit harder to understand that feminine energy and reflect on some of those topics that I discussed in the same type of way that I'm discussing it now, and the same way that I'm telling women that they should reflect on it. But a long story short, bitch, because okay, ADHD. I feel like some of you guys, if you are masculine energies, are going to start to feel a need to work on those things within you that are connected to your inner child that you may not have dealt with, or that you may have been kind of pushing to the side or pushing to the wayside. You may want to spend more time with your kids. You may want to spend more time doing activities. You may want to prioritize your child, especially if you have a new child or especially if you have a new family. Some of you guys may want to prioritize spending time with your father because you feel like you're getting older. Maybe your father's getting older and you want to, even if it's not what you would hope for it to be, I feel like you want to explore maybe spending that time to kind of bond with your father if you weren't able to do it when you were a child, or bond with your son before time runs out type of energy, and prioritize more of those connections, more of those close friendships, more of those relationships that actually bring value to your life. I feel like you guys with this World card, there's a transformation happening here for men and for the masculine energy where they're starting to understand the things that kind of have created the trauma that they've experienced or the decisions that they've made like the lifestyles that they live, like they're starting to understand the dynamics that go into these things. So as feminines, if you want to be receptive to that, I feel like it would be very beneficial for you to at least walk away learning something, or possibly even making some new friends. Some of you may be making new friends. Some of you may be prioritizing like getting out there and meeting people, but it's because you have decided to slow down and really observe how you've changed and evolved over time, and look at what it is that you really want and contemplate what's really important in your life and what's not. Okay? Because there's something that's pissing you off. I feel like there's something that you guys are fed up about, tired of, frustrated with. And I feel like it has to do with like the lifestyle of transience, or the lifestyle of being very detached or unstable, or having a lack of grounding, right? Lord, have mercy, God. I think it's where I live. Like, I live in a really old place that more than likely is not up to code. And whenever there's like, I always have breathing issues sometimes when I'm in places like that. But it's all good. Love you guys. Let's see. Y'all be sure to like the video, okay? What's the 6 of coins one more time? Okay, yeah, toil and labor. Because you've been banging your head against the wall. Now, if you're a feminine energy, you may find that your child's father, or your father, or maybe your brother, some type of masculine energy in your life, or the masculines that you come across and meet are very much so in a different mindset. So that's why you have to, if their mindset is evolving as a feminine, you have to evolve your mindset. You would be a fool or an idiot not to do so, or recognize it. It's not going to serve anyone. Okay? To stay in an outdated, see, let me tell y'all what's going on. What's going on right now is this is a challenge for all the people who felt like they've been oppressed, or all the people who felt like they've been used or abused or treated unfairly and, improperly. This is a test to see whether or not you're going to let that shit the fuck go. Or if you're going to keep dragging it on and dragging it on and dragging it on to the ends of time and to the edges of the earth. Are you going to be one of those souls that gets caught in limbo and that gets caught in purgatory because you perpetually refuse to let shit go? Are you going to be one of those men who refuse to let go of all the pain that you feel from your father or your mother? Are you going to be one of those men who refuse to let go all of the things that you feel like women have done to you, or all of the things that you feel like were done to you to tarnish your masculinity as a man? As a woman, are you going to let go of all the fuck niggas that you've dealt with and all the people who tried to use and abuse you in your life, and the fact that your mother and your father may not have given you the tools that you needed to deal with that type of stuff, or maybe they did and you feel like they were gone too soon? Are y'all going to let that shit go? I'm just asking. Because it feels like y'all are about to meet someone who's going to make you a priority. Because they're coming into your life at a time where you are in alignment with what they can bring to your life. Because you're tired of doing the same old thing over and over again, or you're tired of dealing with the same old people over and over again. But it's going to be up to you as to whether or not you recognize that and, seize the opportunity. Okay? Privileged lady. An official person, 22, 12. 22 is a master number. 12 can be simplified down to like a 3. 1 is turning into a 2. So 2 people are coming together to make a union or a couple. I also feel like some of you guys are really tired of dealing with situations that you feel are beneath you, people who are beneath you, dealing with things you feel like you don't deserve. And it's like you're ready to walk through this door. You're ready to close the door on the past. You're ready to enter this threshold so that you can be reciprocated for all of your hard work, so that you can be paid for everything that you do, so that you can actually receive what you feel like you deserve to receive. Because it kind of feels like any of you who are watching this, I don't care what your gender is, I feel like any of you guys who are watching this feel like you're an official person. You feel like you deserve more. You feel like you're entitled to have more. And that no matter how much work you do, it's like you never get what you deserve to get. And I feel like you're done with that. You're fed up with that. You know, I feel like you're willing to really prioritize the work that needs to be done in order for you to get what you know you deserve. And it's not like you haven't been doing the work before, but I feel like there's this balance that you may have struggled to achieve when you were doing the work before, where it wasn't as consistent as you may have believed it to be. I know that to be true sometimes for myself, and I know that can possibly be true for some of you. So that's the vibe that I'm getting here, okay? Some of you masculines are tired of paying child support because you just feel like you work and work and work for nothing in order for someone else to get the benefit of your money. So if you're paying child support and you feel like it's just ridiculous, and maybe you want to fight for custody, you could be going to court for something. You're going to receive whatever you go to court for if you put in the work. And if you end some of the toxic behaviors that you've been doing, I feel like you are going to receive what you've put in and what you deserve, right? To where it allows you to develop this connection with your child more as more of a priority. Right? But if you're a man who wants to get off child support because you're tired of giving your bitch baby mama all your money, but you're still acting like a player, playing the field, and you have an unstable lifestyle, you're not going to get what you want. The courts or whatever legal justice, this is scales. That's why I said Libra. It could be Taurus, but it could be Libra. I feel like they're going to side with whoever provides the best lifestyle for the child. And I'm not trying to be harsh. It is harsh. But I'm letting you guys know that you can't expect something or feel like you're entitled to something that you haven't worked for. And if you haven't been consistently in that child's life, or you haven't consistently made that child a priority, no matter how you feel about the mother, they're not going to give you custody. Spirit, universe, God, source is not going to allow a child to be in a situation that is unstable with you just because your ego is bruised. Detaching from ego. You get what I'm saying? I think that's what some of you guys already know. So if I'm saying it and it kind of triggers you, but this is stuff that you already were thinking about, it's not to chastise you. It's to confirm that you're making the right decision. And when you do decide to fully commit to that decision, you're going to be given what you're asking for, because that it's only fair at that point. Or you're going to receive something that allows there to be more balance, because at that point the energy is there for it. Okay? If you're a feminine energy, you may be tired of dealing with your child's father because of this player energy, because of this, like, you know, laissez-faire, nonchalant effort that this person has been putting in. You may be trying to change custody. You feel like you're doing all the work. Some of you guys are divorcing this person. Some of you are breaking up with this person, moving out from this person. Some of you guys are like just changing something when it comes to like custody, or applying for some type of change when it comes to child support or custody, or how much time, energy, and money the other person is putting in, or how much you're putting in. But there's a big change that's happening here. The situation is evolving and transforming, and it's going to cause for a cycle that feels like it was never ending to finally come to an end. And that could just be because you feel like something is going nowhere and you're no longer going to invest into it. And I feel like that's good, because there's going to be some type of balance that you gain from being able to do this. I feel like some of you feminines could have a masculine energy coming into your life who is very balanced. and has their priorities together. You're possibly going to meet this person, and both of you are kind of in the same mindset. So I would just make sure that you keep an open mind, and don't try not to get in your ego thinking that someone is just like all the other people that you've met before, because then that's when you play yourself, okay? Whether you're masculine, feminine, or in the middle. All right. What is the advice for Pisces? Creation, yeah. You're deciding to move forward. You're figuring out ways to overcome conflicts. Okay? I feel like you guys are understanding why something hasn't been moving forward. And there's a part of it that has to do with you, but there's also a part of it that has to do with you eliminating people from your life that kind of like stifle the progress or stop the progress. Yeah, choose wisely. And relax. So you have 24, which is a 6, 15, which is a 6, and then 19, which is a 10. So Spirit's advice to you is that the decisions that you make are very important right now, and you do need to choose wisely. But I also feel like Spirit is saying that you're making good decisions from a very grounded place, in a way where you're doing your best to have foresight about the conflicts that you may face, or, plan A, plan B, plan C, all the stipulations, all the pivots that you have to make. It's like Spirit is confirming and reinforcing that the decisions that you're making are wise decisions, and you should continue to move along this path of making those wise decisions in order to create peace in your life. Anything that's chaotic, anything that feels like it's going nowhere fast, those are the things that you have to remove. Also, if there's changes that are happening around you, Spirit is saying that it's best for you to just relax and allow those changes to take place without putting too much restriction on yourself, or without trying to force things to go the way you want it to go, without fighting against the change, just to allow it to unfold in your life the way it needs to unfold, so that you can achieve the goals that you've set out to achieve, and that Spirit is basically supporting you and telling you that they're supporting you in. There's a cycle that's coming to an end very, very soon for you, and you're making decisions right now that are moving you forward towards having a more grounded and stable future. Okay, you're creating things that are helping you overcome obstacles, or you're putting your inspired, motivated, action-oriented, fiery energy into things that will ultimately benefit you in the long run. So they're telling you chill, okay? You gotta chill. You gotta just let things happen when they're gonna happen, the way they're supposed to happen. Okay, I feel like you guys are understanding why you've been stuck for so long, and that's what's helping you get out of this feeling of being stuck. It's releasing you because you're sick of it. You're sick of a person. You're sick of a situation. You're sick of a dynamic that just refuses to change, or someone who refuses to change. And you're finally deciding, like, I'm done playing this silly game with you because I'm not even winning silly prizes. I'm just getting nothing. So what's the point of me playing, Bob? All right. So that's what I feel like you guys are getting in this message. And Spirit is basically telling you with this 6 of coins that whatever you set out to achieve by building this momentum and trying to stay in alignment as best as you can is something that I feel like will be justifiable in receiving. Like, you will be justified. Spirit will justify this action that you're taking with a dignified solution that matches the energy that you've put in. Okay, so get ready to receive, Pisces. I hope that helped you guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Get in the comments. Let me know if it resonated. If you found benefit from this reading, or you just care to support the channel, please consider donating through PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle, you guys. It is really helpful. If you guys want to book your reading, check the link below. If you want to join the membership, or if you want to get weekly newsletters, check out my website as well. But to join the membership, you can click the link below. Or I think iOS now has the join button. But anyway, I'll see y'all next time. Remember, Pisces, this is our Circle Booze. Bye.